Hello, it is back. This is the second part of Elegy for a Dead World. I'm done with my gin, but that's okay, because that's why I have this backup Blue Moon here. Hello, Blue Moon. I like sipping on something, even if it's not like of high alcohol content when I'm writing or doing something. Yeah, I want to pour one out for Creepy Pie. Here's to you, Creepy Pie. Sorry about that, bro. Bro, sis, whatevs you is. This is a game called Elegy for a Dead World. If you're not familiar. Oh, no. Cancel. Cancel, 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 cancel. Son of a dick. How do I... There we go. That's what I've been hoping to do, but instead it just keeps me clicking. There we go. So I want to go to... I did that one before. They said that they were going to have more planets, but I think there's only 3 right now, right? Right. I could be wrong. Ooh. There's such weird sounds. I heard like people sounds, but we're in the clouds and I'm alone. I'm going to go down to this one, which I think is like some kind of Byron planet or something, which is like fine. If I enter, do I tab? Do I... Oops. Start writing, I guess. Oh, there we go. Freeform Writing, Grammar Workshop 3. It's pretty fascinating. Oh, thank you, soccer. I need to fix that. Yes, I'm going to GDC this year. Yes, exactly, Skull Pizza. Technically, most people are sons of dicks. You are the progeny of possibly something that would be and has been in a dick, unless you were built in a test tube or something. But, I mean, I'm not saying that your mom is a bitch. I'm saying that your father existed. Like, it's technically, it's true. Darkness by Lord Byron. This vacation is terrible. 10 choices we made. War of the Worlds, which was amazing. I did that. So this is all about worlds as well. I don't like Byron. I think I don't like him personally. So I kind of want to get to know him better before I start writing his stuff. So anything with Byron in it, I'm just not going to do. See, like, there's this. It's had a dream, which was not at all a dream. The bright stars was blank, and bright sun was, yeah. So this vacation is terrible sounds like hokey. 10 choices we made. I like it. 10 sections. Word count is 40. You are H.G. Wells. I loved it. So fun. I was once here before blank. I'm gonna do 10 choices we made, actually. 10 sections of choices. I hope that this is good. And thank you, Hooch. Yes, I agree. We're all dicks. It's dicks all the way down. It's a joke that I make a lot. Also, dicks is just a funny word. Like, conceptually, butts, it's hard to, like, get mad about butts, because butts are just funny. I don't even think that they're, like, that sexy. Like, you can have a sexy butt, but in general, it's butts. Butts. So I think that they're more humorous than they are anything. And then thinking about just the word dicks is just, like, it's just fun. You can be like, me. So it's one of the ones that I like to say the most. Alright. Go! I love my walking animation. It's so slow, and I like flying, but like the walking animation is so hot. Let's see. Let's go. Alright. I haven't had a prompt yet, have I? This is a slow going one. 2 prompts just in here. Look how big the thing is. It is a big thing. Like the pen is like takes like most of the screen. Alright. Tab to write. 10 times we tried. Nine times we tried harder than the last. Harder than the last. Swallowed our pride. I'm gonna keep with the, because the next one is probably going to be like 9 times. So I'm going to say 10 times we tried. 10 times we tried harder than the last. 10 times we swallowed our pride, and 10 times there were tears. And 10 times there were tears. There are always tears. Tears, somehow, from our eyes or hearts or wrists or skin. Tears, the salty gasp of our lives. That drips out to make the world around us. Again, what's up with me and the poetry today? This is, apparently it's a poet day. Can't argue. The salty gasp of our lives sounds kind of sexy. Though when you think about it, because I was thinking of tears and sweat. Those things are very salty. And like blood is metallic, so I expected that as well. And sperm actually is also quite salty, I believe. And it's, so that's like 3 juices that we make that expels salts. Why is that? I used to be really into anatomy and like human biology and stuff. I don't think we really talked about that. Like, if aliens came down, what would they think of us? And I think that in the end we'd either be little metal creatures, obviously meaty, but I think that our generic, like our most specific flavor might be salt. Just salty people. So salty. 10 times we tried, 10 times we tried harder than the last. There are tears, the salty gasp of our lives that drips out. Drips out to make patterns on the world around us. You know what? Fuck it. I like that. Kerblam. Kerblam. Let's go to the next one. Yeah, see? The little salt. Human body is high in sodium and water, and I believe that is entirely true. But then, like, I don't think our blood is salty. Blood is very metallic. Why isn't our blood salty? What's saliva content? What is that like? What's the defining factor of saliva? These are just things I think about, by the way. This entire thing is now going to be about body fluid, which is totally cool. Alright. See, 9 times me, there we go. So it's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1 time we did that. I have not read They're Made of Meat by Terry Bisson. I say that people are made of meat because they are. Because I kind of want to eat one day. It'd be fun. We're basically ocean water. It is science. Thank you, Kargoth. That's pretty good. Alright. Sorry, I'm getting off track, but I just really like chatting. This is me being social for the day. It's the best. Sometimes we tried and tried harder, and then there are always tears. Sometimes there are always tears that come out from certain parts of us. 9 times we thought we had learned our lesson. 9 times it was all supposed to be different. 9 times it was all supposed to be different. There's hope. There's hope tinged with nine times there was hope, tinged with smug exhaust of wasted breaths. I like it. I'm just trying to figure out if I'm an asshole. Like, I yell at Byron, and then I say things like the smug exhaust of wasted breaths, and I'm just like, oh my god, I have a prog rock band. I am a prog rock band. 9 times there was hope tinged with the smug exhaust of wasted breaths. I'm just gonna leave that one as is, because I was gonna add an and, but there can be more ands. Smug exhaust of wasted breaths. The advice that shouted the loudest was listened to, and the facts crept into their corners and hid from the light that we were not shining on them. We were not shining on them. Smug exhaust of wasted breath is the name of my Radiohead cover band. I think it would be a Death Cab for Cutie cover band. I don't think it would be Radiohead. Death Cab would be like right on top of that though. Big rock and the ominous noises. That's what the game is though. Right now I'm in like a spooky library, which would be a game that I would make. No, that would actually be like a mystery novel. Nika Harper in the Spooky Library. Why would you have a gun? I wouldn't even have a gun. I would just have my fingers pointed like a gun. Just be like, I am so ready for the Spooky Library. The advice that shouted the loudest was listened to, and the facts crept into their corners and hid from the light that we were not shining on them. We were not shining on them. Nobody. We didn't notice them. We didn't notice them there. Dusty piles of knowledge. We did not hear. Skeletons are carcasses. We didn't notice them until they were dusty carcasses of knowledge we did not hear. Dusty skeletons. No, dusty skeletons. Alright. I'm ready for the 8th time. You ready for the 8th time? 8th time. 8th time. Ooh. Life. Fuck, this is loud. This writer is super writing. Oh, she's having beer. Did I miss one? Hello, Hammer Guy. You can. It's a game. Oh, good. You can do that. Patow. This is where it gets really quiet. Oh, this. Was I here last time? I don't think. Was I here last time? There are candles. This might be different. I've never redone a planet that I've done before. Was I just not paying attention last time? Or is this room actually different? It's beautiful. I like the Greek temple-like mouse holes. Hata. Let me think. 8 times our ears were met with silence as we strained to hear the... 8 times our mirrors were met with silence. 8 times we strained to hear. It's not like consequence, but it's something like that. It's like kind of the end, not completion either. It's something else. It's like ending or finishing, but in a good way. Fucking words are hard. 8 times our ears are met with silence. 8 times we strain to hear trying to hear the change that we had made. Wow. Eight times an echo of a cavernous lie that could never be covered or filled or hidden at all. Cavernous lie that could never be covered or filled or hidden at all. I'm on 8 right now, and something's starting to take form, and I'm liking it, but I'm wondering if it's almost too vague. But that's what 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 and everything else is for. So, this is good. Wordplay is still a thing. I've been I haven't been doing videos for a little while. So, Nika went crazy, like really bad. But I'm feeling better now, obviously, because I'm streaming and doing things like that. So it's one of those things I'm definitely going to bring back, and I'm probably going to do it much more strongly than I had before, because once a month, like it takes a really, really long time to make wordplay. It's like 20 hours an episode, and that's a lot of my time. Like, I don't even like editing video. I don't like doing all that sorts of stuff. I like putting it all together, and I don't even mind performing it for the most part. I think that's great. It's fun. But just the editing is the portion that I don't like. And that has been the one thing that has killed me about all the videos that I make, is that I love everything except fucking Adobe Premiere and using the cut thing. And like, by the end, I'm really, really happy with it, but it's never going to be something that that I'm really strong at. I think I will do okay with it, but that's just the one thing, and that'll take up like most of that time. I love adding the titles and the silliness and the whole bit, but that's like 5 hours of my life that I start to dread, and it got worse and worse when I started getting more and more depressed, and I was just like, I'm just not going to do this anymore. Like, I couldn't find anything fun or interesting or useful about it in my life, or at least I loved it, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. So wordplay is just going to be coming back, and so is a lot of more videos and streaming and things like that. Why? Because I feel good, and these things will happen when that happens. So it's a great experience, and I can't wait to bring it back. I had so many cool ideas planned, and I had written so much stuff for it. I was in the middle of like a double episode and planning it all out and just having the greatest time, because wordplay is like my baby. It like seriously is like it's most of my heart. It's like this enormous thing that is like, but sometimes you have to murder your darlings in order to get better at other things, and it was like, that's gonna go on pause for a little while because I wasn't giving it the love that I needed. So I sent that off to like go with grandma for a little bit, and I'm gonna come back and readopt it and make it my own again. But I needed to get better. So it's definitely on the docket as a thing that I can't wait to talk about. I'm gonna make it bigger and better, hopefully, but oh my god. Ambition gets really tiring. You're just like, I'm gonna do everything, and then you're like, I can't do anything, and I'm traveling all the time. So that's why this is here. I need food. So thanks for asking and being a part of it. I'm a contractor with Geek and Sundry, and sort of not really. So it's not one of those things like I don't really work for them. It's more of a friendship than I would consider it like a hardcore partnership. It's one of those things where like we know each other, but you know, they don't pay for wordplay, and therefore borrowing an editor for something is one of those things where it's like, yeah, but I need to pay for someone to help out with it. So that's how the videos get made, is me doing that. Or I would have to pay someone out of pocket, which is perfectly fine. I'm just like, I'm not making money on wordplay. Because it's something I'm always going to do. I love it that much that I don't really care. You know, no matter where I go, no matter what I do, wordplay is definitely going to be a huge part of it because I just adore it so much. But and I had fights about that even before, like at other places. I'm like, I'm gonna do this fucking show. Like, you can't stop me. It's just a show about writing and stuff. And not that many people have actually gotten in the way by it, but I'm always like, it's always the first thing that I say is, by the way, can I still do wordplay? And everyone's like, oh yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Because if not, I ain't working with you. But it's very, very awesome. But Geek and Sundry helped me put it on the blogs channel and everything, but there wasn't anyone in a professional capacity working on it except me. I was the vloggers did all of their own videos, and they edited them, and like we just essentially dropped them off, and then someone else would help us promote it, and that was the way it goes. So it's very fun, and I love it. And I love working with Geek and Sundry. I think they're incredibly fun, but it was never a resource that I had available to me for someone to just pop in and edit the video. And the people that I do know who could do that, you know, they're really good at their jobs and they like getting paid for it. Like, it's not something that I would do. I wouldn't like make a show for my friend on like a 2 month, or, you know, twice a month basis for free. That's, you know, I'm past a point where I can do that, and so I don't want to ask that of anyone else either. You know, if this was like a one-off thing, it might be easier to get by. I'll be like, I'll order you pizza. But in general, it's, yeah. You work in a professional capacity, eventually you gotta pay the people who you work with. And I'm just like, oh man, if this made money, that would be so much better. But it's not one of those things that is right now. And maybe that's my fault, but still, I love it to death. So I'm gonna keep going. Speaking of that, I know this became like Nika Harper Q&A, which is like awesome, and I love it, but like I'm just in the middle of poetry. I'm just like, oh man. But it's actually good. I do this a lot with my other stories too, so it's nice to just like look over, think about something, look back, and be able to talk and experience stuff. So, but thanks everybody. You guys are really nice. Hey friends. Friendship. 8 times your ears were met with silence. 8 times you strained to hear the change that we have made. An echo of cavernous lie that can never be covered or filled or hidden at all. So they're covering something up is what I'm getting right now. They wanted a change, but it will never really happen. And there's always hope that something else is going to change. Ah. Ooh. No, I like this because it's not the world. It's something smaller. It is something. Really? It's something better. Hidden at all. It's a small group of people that are doing this. This isn't a world. We did this, and we can be a small group doing drastic things. And there was a lie. Oh. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Yes, okay, I'm liking this a lot. 8 times our ears are met with silence, 8 times we strained to hear the change of what we had made, 8 times we heard the echo of cavernous lie that could never be covered or filled or hidden at all. They're trying to distance themselves. They're trying not only from the things that they are, but also from everything else. It's not even a rebel group. I'm saying something much worse. Something scarier. What are they trying to hide? They're
trying to hide themselves, but also something else. Not just the origin. They're trying to rebuild something that was bad, but bringing it back. Ha! Ha! Ooh, okay. Okay. Just something monstrous. And that was the 10th time. And the 8th time, that's where they have the lies. So 10 times they came into something, 9 times. And then 8. 8, our ears are met with silence, where they're trying to hear a change and they can't hear it. And the change that they're not getting is because they've changed the words that they're using, but they're not. It's just the same way of describing something that was already there and existing. Ooh, okay. I'm thinking, sorry, I'm still a little hoarse. I was like very sick for like 2 weeks. If anyone gets like the murder flu, dude, that's fucking horrible. I couldn't even move for like 12 days. Ugh, it was the worst. So if I sound disgusting, I really apologize for that, because like, apparently like sometimes I just, about like every 3 hours, I'm like, I have to cough, and it's all like phlegmy, but it's only like every 3 hours, so I guess that's pretty good. And just sometimes it's like, oh hey, you were sick for a while. I'm like, oh. 8 times our ears are met with silence. Heaven is like a bit early, covered or filled or hidden it all. We pasted new manifestos, taglines. We pasted new manifestos and taglines over the whitewashed walls of our past mistakes. Past mistakes. It's for the same outcome, but they were different words for the same outcome. And empty of the attitude of empty of the fortitude of no, and empty of attitude of being right. Okay, I like it. If not, I can fix it later. You can fix it in post. This is beautiful. Look at that. I'm thinking, but the 7th time, can you stop loudly breathing? Madam, person, man, friend. Breathing super loud, and it's actually distracting. I did get the infamous Kung Flu. This one was actually worse, because it was just going around, and I got it like a week after PAX, so it wasn't at the same time. But like, shot, and I was just fucking down for the count. I got so bored, there was nothing to do. I mean, like, I couldn't even write. I couldn't function. I could barely read. I was in so much pain on like a daily basis that I just like watched jazz documentaries and got angry. Because I could not do anything. And the hardest part for me is like not being functional. Like I can't stand being bored. And I'm not bored often, but like just being idle. Like just wasn't able to do anything. I learned the entirety of a tarot deck because it was the only thing that I could like keep my mind on. So I started to like, I was like sick and like high as fuck on antihistamines and like going through a tarot deck, which is a big thing, by the way. I'm having a lot of fun with learning the tarot and just the storytelling aspect that goes into it. A lot of it is just like put it all out there and read to people. It's just amazing shit. But the 7th time, okay, so the 8th time they're still wrong and they're still waiting for an outcome, or 8 times they were waiting for an outcome that they thought was going to be different, but it was the same every fucking time, and most of the time it never worked. But the 7th time, Shit, this is fucking hard. 10 times they had hope. 9 times something happened. 8 times nothing happened. But the 7th time, or I didn't even want to say the 7th time. I want to say, but 7 times. There. It wasn't about the 7th time. It was about it started in the 7th time. But this is going backwards. It's not the first time. It's 10 times, 9 times, 8 times, etc. But 7 times. Yeah, I agree, Hooch. But the 7th time, we just listened to Iron Maiden and then got sandwiches. I'm super down with that. But the 7th time, fucking listening to Tools of Anima over and over again. Bitching about LA. But 7 times, there becomes a breaking point on the 7th time. And it's not that they realize that they're wrong, but everyone else starts to realize that they're wrong, and that's when they really have to start fighting back. And that's when they're starting to worry that that this becomes a defensive maneuver as much as an offensive one. They want to change, they want to get better, but what they're doing is monstrous, but they don't believe it is anymore, so they're trying to cover up the old monstrosity with a new one that they think is actually better, but it's just the same fucking thing all over again. So by the 7th time, the numbers knew, and the mouths told. And the words spread. And the word spread. And the numbers knew, and the mouths told, and the word spread. 7 times. Repasted new messages over the scarred, torn, worn pages that dictated our plans. 7 times we pasted new messages of the scarred, torn, worn pages that dictated our plans. And created a paper mask so thick. Created a paper mask so thick it could barely bend. Obscured the sharpness and roughness of the sharpness and roughness, the sharp, callous aims of what we once were. What we once were. Been 7 times obscured. As we once were, have been 7 times obscured by thickened layers. Did I say layers already? The sharp, callous aims of what we once were, had been 7 times obscured by thickening layers of rewritten history. Rewritten history. But of origin remained beneath.
Yeah. Nobody was listening. No, nobody else was listening? Nobody else was listening. Because I kind of like that, because nobody would mean that everyone else in your small group kind of would be a part of that. Nobody was, meant us. Nobody else was, meant that there actually is an outside, and they're being judged. So. Thickened had been 7 times obscured by thickened layers. So I think it's thickened. And at least I prefer it that way. But meow meow meow. Meow meow meow. Go through the door. Okay. More doors. Oh, I definitely came here before. At 8. This is weird. This one's just full of but there's a huge ass arrow in the way. That's awkward. Alright, hey beer. Hey beer. Furry wall entity. What are you guys talking about? What? I didn't pet anything. I pet the wall. I touch things. I don't have a pet. Is that weird? No, there's no animal in this house. Oh wait, no, I lied. Kitty. You were $5 and you're full of beans. You're a little stringy. I found you in a Japanese shop. And you're adorable. And I said you're mine. So I have a cat. I'm gonna kiss it. It's my cat. So yes, there is a cat in my house. But it's this big and I play with it. Because you just can't. Okay. So that's my pet. This is where it's supposed to get into the fun stuff, because I have 6 more to do. No, I'll keep it vague for now. Because then 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 will be good. We thought ourselves... 6 times we thought ourselves successful. 6 times we saw the rapid change that... 6 times we saw the rapid change had sworn was in our grasp. Six times we thought ourselves successful. 6 times we thought the rapid change that we had sworn was in our grasp. 6 times. 6 times. In our clutching fists. Clutching fists. Crumpled? Crumpled dreams. I already made sighs. Nah, fuck it. Sighed themselves to... Crumpled dreams that sighed themselves to rest.
that sighed themselves to rest, knowing head. They had been different, that we could be different. Pure. We get to be different. Pure. Sometimes it just indicated in a selfish clutching of fists. Crumpled dreams that sighed themselves to rest, knowing they had been different, but we could be different. Pure. Fell away. Do you ball someone up like a piece of paper? Twisting like ah. Thing was wrung away. I don't want to say the word die either. I can ask contortion until their being was wrung away. He used away twice. Fell to dust or sludge or agonized contortion until their being was wrung away. I'm gonna leave it. I'm cool with it. I'm gonna go in this building. Yeah. And done. Occasionally I like the weird short ones. 6 times I grabbed a beer because I had a 6-pack. Goddamn. Wait, that's actually kind of a scary thing. Maybe you shouldn't have an entire 6-pack in a night. I'm wondering. Yeah, you're right, it's running from them. Fuck it. Can I go down here? No, I can't. Whoa! Whoa. Sorry. Let's see. 4 times the show went on. 4 times the show went on. Theater. Macabre theater. Play out without knowing where the plot might end. Knowing where the plot might end. Sacrifice was part of the bargain. Sacrifice was part of the bargain.
We gave to become greater. We gave to become greater. Looking back, we only gave. For times we never made it even halfway to greatness. 4 times we never made it even halfway to greatness. Cool with it. Cool with it. I like this room. I lied, I don't like that room. There was something really screechy in there, and I thought that it was like my computer going. If you go back in here, it's like. Yeah, there's a ringing sound that I'm really not fond of. I'm a dog! But like really high-pitched noises, like having a TV on, is really upsetting to me. Like I can hear the buzzing of the TV. It's like can you turn it off? It's very odd. Let's fly! Alright, oh, we're down to 3! Oh man, 3 is gonna be so good. Alright. Forgive me. Alright. Ah. I'm not going to say the 3rd time, it will be the 3 times. Because I like the 3 times. The 3 times it looked. The 3 times looked how imagined. The 3 times it looked how we imagined. 3 times smoother and soft. 3 times their bodies were smoother and soft. Sweetness. It held sweetness. Saw the same, felt the same sweetness we knew we could make. Each time we kindled our hope and our drive. In our empty pockets, kindled our drive and emptied our pockets. Yeah. Did our pockets. 3 times they were leaner and taller and wise. And young, so young. It's to grow into it. It's to grow into their majesty. When we held them, told them so they gave up. Their eyes held pained belief. Eyes held pained belief. Relief. Kiss their violet skin. Cradled, stretched bones. We vowed we would not give up. This is when it starts to get good, y'all. What are you? What are you? You're like a penis snowman. What are you? That's weird. Okay, we're coming down to 2 and 1. True, actually, held twice. Yeah, you know what? That's the part about editing that doesn't happen, y'all. I mean, it should be happening here. But ooh. I should be more charismatic, but right now I'm just like really into this story. Also, it's getting towards like the bodily mutilation part, so it's really fun. This is really tough because I have 2 more to express something fucking weird and gross. And 2 things have to happen. 2 times We held our hands out. Out. Peacefully. We told our story and our aims two times. We yes, and showed spoke our piece, showed our evidence 2 times. We weathered the knocks upon the door and the voices that echoed. Monstrous words 2 times. 2 times. We looked in the eyes of our younger believers and asked them truly wanted to continue, truly wanted to ascend. And they told us yes 2 times. All right, now it's 1 time. And finally, the last time. The last time we can speak of it. Our progress, our godhood died in our arms. Praise, the whispered praise of praise, encouragement. There were no more young. So adept. We could not find the deserters. Convince. It's out to Fred Miles. The racks went quiet, and the vials. The vials sat stagnant. You. Really had. Okay. I'm hoping that it makes sense. Edit title? Who does that? Title. I would like it to just be 10 times, but that sounds really stupid, so. The lessons and lies of 10 times will be good. Read preview. Alright. Ready to do a reading of that. Sorry that it got so quiet. I got really into it at the end because I really wanted to express something. I guess it sort of happened. Okay. The lessons and lies of 10 times. 10 times we tried. 10 times we tried harder than the last. 10 times we swallowed our pride, and 10 times there were tears. There always were tears somehow, from our eyes or hearts or wrists or skin. There are tears, the salty gasp of our lives that drip out to make patterns on the world around us. 9 times we thought we'd learned our lesson. 9 times it was all supposed to be different. 9 times there was hope, tinged with the smug exhaust of wasted breaths. The advice that shouted the loudest was not listened to, or that was listened to, and the facts that crept into their corners and hid from the light that were not shining on them. We didn't notice them until they were dusty skeletons of knowledge that we did not hear. 8 times our ears were met with silence. 8 times we strained to hear the change that we had made. 8 times we heard an echo of a cavernous lie that could never be covered or filled or hidden at all. We pasted new manifestos and taglines over the whitewashed walls of our past mistakes. But they were different words for the same outcome, and empty of the fortitude of being right. But 7 times, the numbers knew, and the mouths told, and the words spread. 7 times we pasted new messages over the scarred, torn, worn pages that dictated our plans, and created a paper mask so thick it could barely bend.
The sharp, callous aims of what we once were had been 7 times obscured by thickened layers of rewritten history, but the roughness of our origin remained beneath. And nobody else was listening when we said it was all different now. 6 times we thought ourselves successful. 6 times we saw the rapid change that we had sworn was in our grasp. 6 times it disintegrated in our selfish, clutching fists, crumpled dreams that sighed themselves to rest knowing they had been different. That we could be different. Pure. In our arms, the saviors fell to dust or sludge or agonized contortion until their body was wrung away. 5 times we thought it was a matter of measuring the chemicals. 4 times the show went on. 4 times we let the macabre theater play out without knowing where the plot might end. Sacrifice was part of the bargain. We gave to become greater, but looking back, we only gave. 4 times we never made it even halfway to greatness. Though 3 times, it looked how we imagined. 3 times, their bodies were smoother and soft and held the same sweetness we knew we could make. Each time rekindled our hope and our drive and emptied our pockets. 3 times they were leaner and taller and wise, and young, so young as to grow into their majesty. When we held them, as they gave up, their galaxy eyes held pained belief. We kissed their violet skin and cradled their stretched bones and vowed we would not give up. 2 times, we held our hands out peacefully. We told our story and our aims 2 times. We spoke our piece and showed our evidence 2 times. We weathered the knocks upon our door and the voices that echoed monstrous words 2 times. We looked in the eyes of our young, our beautiful believers, and asked them if they truly wanted to ascend, and they told us yes 2 times. And finally, the last time, or the last time we can speak of it, the last time our progress, our godhood, died in our arms with whispered praise and encouragement. There were no more young, so adept. We could not find the deserters and not convince ill-tempered minds. So the racks went quiet, and the vials sat stagnant. And the few we had left were resigned to their lives, knowing never again they would look upon perfection, to smell the ambrosia of evolution on the skin of new beings we had made. If we were the monsters for creating such beauty, then is it not worth it all in the end? That was fun. If I return to the portals, I didn't publish. And I want to publish. But if I go to edit, then I'm going to go through the entire thing. I'm going to test that on a different one and not on a stream. Because I really want this one to go through. So now I'm just going to cruise through. This is me cruising. I like the font that they use, but again, it turns the T's into little F's sometimes, so when you tuck something, it looks like you are fucking it. That is the problem with the font that they have, which I think is actually pretty cool anyway. But this was really fun to work on. I wasn't expecting it to be so, well, it was poetic, but I don't think it was like super poetic, and that was kind of the fun part about it, is that they sort of set it up to be more poetic than it could have been, but mine I think was, penis snowman. Go. Sometimes the keys don't always work, so you just go up in the air or around, but you can't move. Penis snowman's funny. But, you know, it felt, oh, this is such a beautiful world. It felt fun to just do it, so. Woo! Yeah! Why do I have a question mark by me? How do I do that? Oh, no. Do I add art? What do I do with that? Anyway, publish now. Pachow! And I know that I did held twice. I held a lot of things. There was a lot of holding. So that was really stupid of me, but I kind of don't care, because going back and like actually fixing that would be not made for this game, I don't think. I don't think this is an editing game. I think that it's kind of just like like brain spasm kind of game. You just throw it all out there and see what happens. So Well, that was incredibly fun to do. And sorry that it got a little quiet at the end, but I was really, really focusing. So this will conclude the stream, by the way. Because it's getting a little bit late. Ooh, it's almost 3. And I think 2 is about where my creativity will tap out for the day. This is a game called Elegy for a Dead World, and if you like being creative and like writing or just kind of getting all those thoughts out there just with whatever keys or bits of words that you can do, that's really the best part of it, and it really, really helps you along with that. It's a beautiful, beautiful game, and highly inspiring. It's an inspirational game, and it's made exactly for that. So you should pick it up. It's on Steam, and probably some other stuff, but I don't know. I don't like Wikifit or anything. My name is Nika Harper. You can find me on Twitter, which is great. My name at Nika Harper, and nikaharper.tumblr.com is where I put most of my writing stuff. And I have a Patreon as well. So if you like the stuff that I'm doing, please help support it and the videos that I make and all these other things. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is the chat. Hi. Hi, chat. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this and listening to me with beer kind of rambling about stretching racks. Because that was what I did just now. Thank you very, very much. I hope you tune in next time when we do something like this, and hope to see you around. Okay, bye!